welcome to this video and welcome to this channel. My name is Courtney if you guys are new here, and today we are going to be doing a day in a life as a online ESL or EFL teacher. It is almost 7 o'clock right now. It's 6:57, so I'm about to log on and have my first student. Today I have 4 regular students and 2 trial students, which I'll explain later along with my schedule and all of that. I work for this Korean company. Well, technically it's a company that just works with Korean students. It's called NaoNow. If you guys are interested, I made a video kind of detailing the whole entire application process and everything you need to do if you are interested in applying for that position, that I will link above. But for today, we are going to go ahead and get started. I have a pre-level 1 student first, which again, I'll explain all of this a little bit later, but let's go. Alright guys, so I just finished up my first class. Like I said, it was a pre-level 1. So with this website that I work for in this EFL company, they do everything from beginner basics, which is going to be like your basic ABCs. Pre-level 1 is just starting to construct sentences, very simple ones, like associating colors with clothes and putting them together. And then we go all the way through level 5, and then we go into our writing courses, and we also have adult courses as well. So I had one pre-level 1 student. The next one is a level 2, then I have a level 3, another level 2, and then I have trial lessons, which I'll explain a little bit later when I have more time. But the session went really well. Each session is around 25 minutes. We also have 50-minute sessions, but I just don't have any today. I had quite a few yesterday. So today all my classes are 25 minutes, and then we have a 5-minute break, and I have my next one in 3 minutes now. Alright, so I just wanted to update you guys. This is just, what happens, especially in the winter time with my students. I just had a cancellation, and the reason that they canceled because of an urgent health matter is what they say, so just sickness. And this is one that I'm supposed to have in about an hour. So because the cancellation was made less than 12 hours before, I, as the teacher, will get paid for it. So if it is canceled less than 24 hours before, then I might get half the compensation. But if it's canceled very last minute, I will get paid fully for the class because it was canceled less than an hour beforehand. But I am definitely left with gaps in my schedule when people cancel, 25 hours in advance. And because they are 13 hours ahead, it really only gives people a little bit of a space of half a day to make a decision if they want to schedule in. For me, it's very hard to find those replacements. That's normal in any kind of independent work, but I just wanted to kind of update you guys on that. So I actually only have 3 classes this morning, and I'm about to get started on my 3rd one. Hello! It's so good to see you again today. How are you? Last time we finished up our Kentucky Derby lesson. So this time we have the slime lesson. Does that sound right? Have you ever played with slime before? Many times. Very good. Could you describe it for me? What else about the texture? It's sticky, it's mushy, very good. Maybe stretchy too. Edible. What does edible mean? Oh, very good. So what is an example of something that's edible that you don't originally think is edible? All right, guys, so I just finished up with my 3rd regular lesson for today, and I actually just taught a level 3 class, which is what you got a peek into. And for those classes, I always try and, do some easier questions, but also more challenging ones, like about an edible plant. It's not necessarily a very easy concept to understand, and I wouldn't really broach that subject if I felt like my student couldn't begin to understand that, but I felt like this one could, and I've been working with her for a couple of months now. So yeah, it was really good. So what I'm going to do now is I go in and I write down on my sticky note basically the class that I'm going to have before I have it, any notes I need to make so I can quickly glance down at it before entering into the class, because as you know, there's only 5 minutes in between, and so I do that. And then after the class, I just write down where we finished. So if we completed the lesson, what homework was assigned, if we didn't, where we need to start next time. And so then my job now is to go in and I will give lesson feedback to the parents. So this part unfortunately is unpaid. It's just a part of the policies. So I do have to go in and do that. I've gotten a lot quicker at it over the months, but this will probably, because there's only 3 students today, this shouldn't take me more than 15 minutes. But I do like to personalize my feedback as much as possible, clarifying the lesson, what we were learning today, any progress that they made. It's around 8:33 and my trial lessons won't start until 11, and I would go 11 to 11:30 and then 11:30 to 12 with them, and I'll probably eat some breakfast after this. So let's continue to do our work. Alright, so now it is time in the day. It's 10:42 and I'll tell you guys about trial lessons. Again, if you watched my video that I linked before talking about this company, you'll know that there's two different types of way that you can teach. You can be just a regular, and they call it mentor instead of teacher. Mentor, so you're just teaching regular lessons like me. I also have consistent students that book with me every week, which is nice. And then you can also do something called trial lessons, and that is where you end up working with students for the first time who are using the website. The lesson is free for them, and basically your job as a teacher is to make sure that they have a really good experience so that they sign up for a full package. So it's a little bit different because a lot of it is getting to know them first up. You know, a lot of my students I've seen for quite a few months now, and so I'm able to maintain a rapport there and ask about how their week went and stuff like that. This one's a little bit more like a flash date almost, getting to know someone super quick, evaluating where they're at in their level, and then hoping to provide a really fun lesson so that they sign up in the future as well. And you do get paid quite a bit more to do the trial lessons. If they do cancel, I get paid, I think, about half the amount. But yeah, this is a good way for me to get extra students at the moment. So instead of 4 today, I had 6. Of course, I had that one cancellation. Oop, Zeke is up and running. I'm going to be doing that now. I'll let you guys know how that goes. And I have 2 back-to-back, so hopefully it goes well. Alright guys, so I finished up with my trial lessons and they actually went pretty well. And so I am coming outside. I'm getting a couple of snowflakes in my hair. It's so rare that it snows where I live because I live in the south and it is absolutely wild that it is coming down. So I'm just enjoying this outside right now. But yeah, I finished up the lessons. They were pretty good. One of them showed up, which was awesome. And then the other one ended up being a no-show. And as I mentioned, I get paid for basically half of that lesson, but it's still higher compensation than just my regular students. And then my other one, it went really well, thankfully. So that was a blessing that it went well. And so I finished up with all of my teaching for today. And so basically I'll just do any prep work that I need to do for classes tomorrow. And then I also do some tutoring on the side as well that I have to get done, some studying, but that's gonna wrap up the actual ESL portion of this day. So even though the day is definitely not over, except for the snow is coming down stronger now, this is basically what I do in quote unquote the work day. And like I said, I do some outside tutoring as well, and that's in the evening times. I just don't happen to have that today, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you figured out maybe what it looked like to be an ESL teacher online right now, and I hope you have the absolute best day of your life, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.